It's another awesome Wednesday. That means it's another episode of Let's Hang Out. But before we get to the episode, I wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for listening and to give you a little bit of a heads up with the audio quality of this episode, as well as a few things we ran into. Earlier in the season, you may have caught an episode talking about how we had a technical issue with hard drives and files being lost in editing and things like that all kind of disappearing and being recovered. This is one of those episodes. Unfortunately, the audio quality issues that we ran into were actually tied to both the service we used as well as our individual settings and how we were all connected. In this episode, we used Discord chat and a Discord bot called Craig, which allows us to record audio in high quality. Unfortunately, that high quality is also reliant on the devices we use. In my case, my normal setup, my audio is great. However, I had just made some recent adjustments and hadn't realized that those were going through the new Discord system. Our guest, Migtrain, was forced to do his, I believe, from his phone at the time, so the audio quality is not where it was the previous time. And our new guest, Zaraeleus, great audio quality through most of the episode, battling the NVIDIA audio system as it tries to duck his voice in different areas. So I apologize in advance for any audio issues you may hear during this episode. We had a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of fun editing. I just wanted to give you guys that heads up. I felt that it was something I needed to do. That's enough from me. Let's get into the episode and let's hang out. Great googly moogly, it's time for another episode of Let's Hang Out! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Hang Out. Awesome episode this week. We have Migtrain back for his second time on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, if you guys remember him from episode number 2, Friends Today, Rivals Tomorrow, we had a bit of a dispute between us with the NFC Championship game. I ended up winning, so
Let's not talk about that. We already talked about that.
And then down below here on this camera is a new guest on the show, you guys. Our good friend. I have known Zaraeleus. Which name do you want to go by on the show for today?
Probably Z, because it's easier, but you said my name right, so we'll run with it.
Okay, of course I said your name right. I've known you long enough.
I would hope so, but I mean, I could barely say my first name right half time, so.
I'm just going to sit there and just call you Zara like everybody else that triggers.
Most people are like Z, Zara. I'm like, so I'm a clothing brand?
Yeah. Am I Sephora? Like, what is this?
Sponsor me? I mean, I don't even know what I'm getting.
I just exist with this name. It's close.
It's not my fault. Blame my parents.
That's my excuse for mine, but I have a different reason. Yeah. All right, you guys. So, again, you guys already know Mig. He's been here, brought a lot of laughs and everything else. Z, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell everybody a little bit about you and just run with it, man. Feel free. It's a hangout, so take it wherever you want to take it.
Well, I'm Zaraeleus. He said it right. I hate peeps, but I eat them for charity. For the most part, I pretend I stream, but, you know, I don't.
You absolutely do.
I play a shit ton of Rock Band. I play so much Rock Band, I don't even know what to do with myself. I don't even know why I still play that game. It's like 200 years old. It's almost as old as, Mig over there. Funny enough, I've only had a drink with one person in this room, and it wasn't Lyndon, who I've known longer than Mig, which is really weird to say.
But I could say the same thing, though. I've known you longer than Mig, and I had a drink with Mig. I've seen Mig twice. I tried to get
you blasted in like 10 minutes. That was my goal, because we only had about 10 minutes to hang out.
Oh, yeah, we drank like 5-6 shots. It's like...
Yeah.
Get another one. Get another one. Get another one. I gotta go. Wait, hold on. One more. Hold on for a picture. All right, I'm out. Yeah, I remember going to Vegas to go play bingo with my parents, and it was all right. I mean, the bingo part. I'm not a big gambler, so.
Right.
Vegas isn't really my speed, but believe it or not, my wife Jax, she has her brother lives in Vegas, and she's never gone to Vegas, so we're gonna have to go back there one of these days. We're trying for October. We're really trying.
No particular reason for October.
Yeah, that's really like. Of course, you guys would set it up when we have the most stuff going on because our kid's birthday is on the 30th.
Yep.
And then like every single birthday I know is between October and November, except for mine, which is April 1st, and I hate everything.
Well,
So
to
October
be fair,
is like October's 1,000 miles an hour around here.
yeah, same. It's same here. Mine's at the beginning of the month. My father-in-law's is at the end of the month. It happened to work out when we scheduled it that everyone was like, "Oh, it's your birthday. Let's go ahead and we'll make it a birthday thing." And then we're like, "Oh, we had so much fun. Let's make it annual."
Well, you know what we should do? We should move it to a day. Like, when does it suck the least to be in Vegas?
Suck
I'm not
the
looking
least?
at anyone. I'm not looking at anyone in particular, but I'm looking at somebody. Who might know.
Say October. I would say mid-October is the best time to come visit because the weather is transitioning from summer hell of 100 plus every single
105.
day
Yeah.
to you got your mid 70s, you get some 60s and 50s at night. It's way more comfortable in mid-October.
That's like Florida. People are like, when should I go to Florida? Like January, February. That's it.
Yeah, when all the snowbirds show
That's
up.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, the snowbirds show up in November. They're here in November. They're already used to driving like assholes. At that point, like January, February is when we get those like nice 60 to 40 days, and
Right.
then you're out of hurricane season. Like we could still get hurricanes as late as December here, and it's wild to me whenever I see somebody they schedule a band. Like, I mean, obviously I like music. They I forgot what band it was. They tried to come here in November, and I'm like, don't do it. And that was when we had the big hurricane that absolutely leveled Fort Myers, so they had to cancel coming here. It's like, why would you come to Florida at peak hurricane season? Are you out of your minds?
It's like the
Yes.
bands when they schedule the Midwest during tornado season. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have ended that statement with, why would you come to Florida? Mute Mike.
Period.
Universal Studios, come on, Z.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Disney
I
World.
Disney, Universal,
Look at the face. Oh, there's a story behind that.
the
There's a story.
Buccaneers. Do we count the Buccaneers as a reason?
Okay, so I'm old enough to date myself to remember when the Buccaneers were in the NFC Central Division with the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
I hate the Buccaneers. I hate the Buccaneers more than you hate the Cowboys.
Wow.
So, I'm gonna throw it out since we're on the sports thing, and I've been waiting to ask you guys when we had you together. Across the board, all sports. You guys are the sports guys. What is the fan cheer that is the absolute worst? Like, which one do you hear? You're like, Jesus, please stop.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Growing
Okay.
up, I hated the Atlanta Braves chop chant when I grew up. I don't really know why, because back in those days they were like the up and coming young team that everyone was excited to see because they weren't any good.
Maybe at a young age you understood appropriation, you just didn't know it yet.
Yeah. So, but now, I distinctly still remember nightmares of the Anaheim Angels for baseball when they won their World Series back in the early 2000s. They had what's called the Rally Monkey. I don't know if you guys recall that at all, but they
I don't.
used the same
Baseball.
monkey from the Friends TV show. I forget what his name was called in the show. Do you recall the monkey I'm talking about that was in the show?
I mean,
Friends?
I have an idea, but
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
used
I'm not a Friends
They used
person.
it
All right, cancel me now.
Wow.
Sorry.
to rile up the fans. 7th inning stretch of every home game, and I'm telling you, it was the most magical thing I've ever seen in my life. Every time that monkey showed up on the screen, they made a big comeback and ended up winning the game.
And it
of
annoyed
course,
you?
the team knew-
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
go
like,
ahead.
I'm confused because we were talking
Like,
about
I
the thing
feel
that
like
annoys you.
it was annoying. Like, I feel like it was magical. I felt like it was at Disney, you know. I was watching this
No,
monkey.
I'm getting to why I hate it. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm an A's fan, and they were the better team that year. But the
Okay.
Angels got all the lucky breaks, and I'm telling you, every time that stupid monkey showed up, they would come back and beat the A's every game they played against each other. It was the weirdest coincidence of a season that I've ever seen.
So-
So I still have nightmares over that. So
So that's why you hate it.
So he hates luck. He hates luck.
Got it.
Well, against my teams, absolutely.
Okay, that's fair. I was gonna say Mr. Every Raid Exotic the first shot. Jesus. I hate luck.
The Mega Fest.
So do you know what the Chicago Blackhawks thing is? Do you have any?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Shut up.
Okay.
Is it? Let me try that one. I have to try this.
He's got it. Nailed it. It's very annoying. I fucking hate it. I was a Wings fan, so it extra annoyed me when we were still in the West. Now that we're in the East, I'm like, I'm just happy if we win a game because we suck. But
is it worse? Is it worse than Roll Tide?
Absolutely hate.
Is it worse than Roll Tide?
No, Roll Tide. When you hear that, you just know somebody got laid.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Somebody's cousin scored with their cousin. That's fair.
There you go. Help me, stepbrother. Ooh. Tide.
That's right up there with the OHIO.
You mean OHI?
Because you know when you see that when they show up.
They forgot it. They forgot how to spell their own name in that one game. Oh my! I will never let that go. I'm a Michigan fan.
But you get the guys that show up and you hear somebody across the room that shouts OH and you're expecting somebody to respond, and then you realize they're looking at you because you have an Ohio shirt on. And you're just like,
that would never be me. Not in a million fucking years.
You realize that that's what that's the person. They saw somebody with it and they're staring at you because they thought it was you, and they're like, "Can you say IO please? Because now I look really dumb."
No, you just walk away because they already look really dumb. So on the topic of college sports, how many people find it super weird how passionate about college sports teams people are? For colleges they've never even fucking been to. They've never even been in that state. They don't even know where that college is, but they will defend it with their life.
Notre Dame.
And it's like, where is Notre Dame? And they're
didn't pick it for any weird reason. It's just a random name. No reason.
It's a cult. We're the Fighting Irish.
Downstairs in the man cave, you'd see the leprechaun behind me up on the wall.
People will fight you over their favorite college, and they've never even been in the state. And it's like,
dude, I get it. I'm just not a sports guy. That's my thing. It's like, you guys. You know the worst team in the NFL is the Eagles, right? Let's talk about that because he's not a sports guy. No, you're right.
Let's not talk about that.
You guys have the Georgia Bulldogs, but you just erase the bulldog and filled it in with an eagle head right now because that's making me laugh. Have you seen that on Twitter?
I have not.
You guys basically drafted the entire Georgia Bulldogs team. And then he went back and went to the Lions and picked up an ex-Bulldog because, I'm not going to Bulldogs on our team. Look it up.
I gotta look. I'm doing it right now.
It's so good. You guys are the Georgia Bulldogs right now with the Eagles.
That's this year?
You did draft the best player in the draft, and he fell down to number 9 to the Eagles. The Eagles traded up from 10 to 9 to take him, Jalen Carter.
I don't understand this. This draft made by Header. And I was actually arguing on Twitter. I'm sure you saw it with a friend of mine. They were like, "Oh, they're gonna go get a tight end for Aaron Rodgers." I'm like, Aaron Rodgers using a tight end? When? Aaron Rodgers didn't use a tight end ever in his entire career. He used Jermichael Finley when he ran routes, but he never used him in the slot. Never. Aaron Rodgers doesn't know how to throw to tight end because those don't get him numbers.
Can I transition the conversation because this is
a lot of Georgia. Let's see 9 Georgia players. Y'all are like, who did they play for? Oh, UCLA? No, thank you. Georgia. Cracked them.
I need to have more context of this Aaron Rodgers hate. I need to have
why do I hate Aaron Rodgers?
From when you possibly liked him to when you started to hate him to when you really hate him. Or
I can explain it all the way from the beginning to the end if that's what you want. So
I mean, I'll sum it up. That's what I could sum it up in 2 words or 3 words. Let's go 3 words. Tom Brady effect.
No,
No.
What are these things on your hand that you try to wear them? Rings? Yeah, we didn't get any. We got a single ring out of Aaron Rodgers. We got a lot of this. I'm in a dark room with mushrooms and Jake Plummer. but we didn't get any rings out of Aaron Rodgers. Every time he hit the playoffs, he's like, "Oh, it doesn't count for my records. I forgot how to throw a ball." Who won a Super Bowl MVP? Was it Aaron Rodgers? No. It was Jordy Nelson.
He's got a point.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is
So
trash in the playoffs. BJ Raji won a Super Bowl. Jordy Nelson won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers was on that team.
Yeah. Well, my only hate with Aaron Rodgers is fantasy football focus, so I don't want to go into details on that. I want to give you a chance to explain more.
Oh, yeah, it is your fault. You didn't draft Aaron Rodgers. I mean, everyone else was smart to draft Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers will win you championships if you play fantasy football, but he will never win you a ring. He will never do that. And that's why the Jets fans are like, "Oh my God, we're so excited." Like, do you remember Brett Favre?
I know.
Because I do.
They're living the same life. This is crazy. So Rodgers is going to end up on the Vikings next, right?
That's fine. Send him there. I want to play Rodgers 2 times a year.
This is the most bizarre thing, that they're living the same life. They're going through the same
You know what
steps.
I hope the New Orleans Saints play them in the playoffs and put him in the fucking hospital. Because then we've just lived like the Matrix at that point, if that's what happens.
Down to gate part 2.
That's fine. I'm okay with it. So the real answer to that question, to like really reel it all the way back, is Brett Favre was a selfish player. Throughout his time at Green Bay, he was the people's player. He was like a really great guy, but as he got older, he refused to give up that position. So he wouldn't go to OTAs. He wouldn't train players. He even told Aaron Rodgers, "I'm not going to train you. That's not my job. My job is to play football." He wouldn't show up to anything pre-workouts. He wouldn't come to anything. And then he retired for 4 straight years. He retired. So they rewrote the playbook. Oh, I unretire. Throw this in the trash, and now you're the quarterback again. And the one year we finally had the balls to say, "Well, we wrote the playbook. Compete for your job with this new playbook that you don't know." And he went, "Oh, Brett Favre." And Aaron Rodgers effectively did the same thing. He for the past 3 years hasn't showed up to OTAs. He doesn't train any of the rookie running backs. He doesn't show anybody on the team how to play the game. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care about football like he did when he first came in with that big chip on his shoulder when we drafted him, because he fell to us. We didn't want him. We didn't need a quarterback at that point. It just happened. So when Love came to us, he threw a fit, and it's like, bro, you're an aging quarterback. Like, we need to look at what happened to Frisco. Like, Frisco went through 4 quarterbacks and ended up with the last drafted dude in the draft. Like, shut up, Aaron. Like, goddamn, produce something in the postseason if you want to stoke $150 million out of a team. And that's all he's ever done. And you have a dude, Tom Brady, drafted 6th round, and I hate Tom Brady. I will preface this with,
I hate Tom Brady.
he will take pay cuts so that the salary cap can remain, so he could keep Wes Welker on a team. He will take pay cuts at Tampa so they could keep Mike Evans and win Super Bowls. And Aaron Rodgers won't. He'll shove himself in a dark room for 7 days rather than train a wide receiver. That's why I hate Aaron Rodgers, because he's not a team player.
And you wonder why he's got trust issues with new wide receivers trying to join the team.
Yeah, and that's why I hate Aaron Rodgers. He's not a team player. Like, the short answer is he's not a team player. I'm Aaron Rodgers. Y'all need to kiss my butt. And if you don't, get off the train. And eventually Green Bay's like, dude, we've been giving you the reins to the team for 10 years and you haven't given us a ring. Like, it's time to step off the train or do something. So he called our bluff. And now he's a Jet. You're playing a Dolphins team. It's probably one of the best Dolphins teams since Dan Marino. You're playing the Bills, who are a borderline Super Bowl contender if they could just get their shit together in the playoffs. And dare I say, New England is looking better. Good luck on the Jets, homie. Like, you're gonna get throttled every single week. You have just joined the Chicago Bears of the AFC by going to the Jets.
So I've learned something new today.
What? That I know that I'm very passionate.
I follow him on
No, the Aaron Rodgers
yeah.
side of things. I didn't realize that it was so rooted in, like, justified reason. I just assumed that everybody hated him for the same reasons I hate Tom Brady. So
no, it's you have a guy that he spends a lot of time talking about how great he is,
right?
But he doesn't show you how great he is. I'm a 5-time Super Bowl nothing, but I'm the NFL MVP. You won the high school popularity contest. Congratulations, prom king. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
You like, as much as I hate Mahomes, he's wearing 2 rings. What the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yep.
Like,
Yep,
you haven't done
it.
anything.
I get it.
We barely beat the Steelers. We were the best thing that ever happened to Dallas. So.
I legitimately learned something new today. I didn't realize it. So.
Yeah, it's the same with Favre though. Favre held the team hostage for a number of years, and when he finally left, a lot of us were ready for him to go. And I mean, I was at the game where we retired Favre, and I was happy to retire him. But as it turns out, he was a terrible human being because he steals money from welfare.
Yeah,
Anyways, we're gonna find out it's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. I bet.
Yeah, I don't know how much sports Lyndon wants to talk about.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. Like, I'm not a sports guy, but I know a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes, and I get to see all that stuff that you guys are bringing up. Do I retain all of it? No, but as you guys are talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah.
If you talk about baseball, you're on Team Big because I don't know anything about baseball. People talk about baseball, and I'm like, there's a ball, and they go. And I drink, and there's hot dogs. I love baseball.
Something about balls and sticks. That's it.
My weird sport is lacrosse. I love lacrosse.
There you go.
If you ever get a chance to go to a national lacrosse game, you should totally do it and root for the Mammoth because I love the Colorado Mammoth. It's the only Colorado team I like, which is super weird because I hate the Broncos.
Yeah, my odd sport is rugby. Has always been rugby.
I love rugby too. We have an All Blacks jersey in our house.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the one sport that I absolutely loved playing. Never did the league, just kind of did it free with everybody.
Both Jax and I played rugby in Idaho, at college. Yeah, Jax was a hooker.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And I broke my ribs.
Easy,
I
Mig.
feel like you might need to explain that position a little bit.
So you know what a scrum is?
Leave it as is. Leave it as is.
No. You know what scrum is, right? The scrum is when a bunch of dudes like get hammered and want to hug each other.
Yep.
Like on both teams, they want to just hang out,
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the hookers are the 2 people on each team try to kick the ball back to their own team. And they usually want them small people because they pick them up off the ground so they can carry them while they're in the scrum, and then their job is to just kind of kick their feet.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I played. I don't even remember what my position was, but
do we know a sport that you don't know, Mig? Did this just happen? Do we know a sport that you don't know?
I'm not familiar with that sport. I know what a scrum is. I do know the scrum.
We didn't know.
Hell yeah.
And we do have some sort of international tournament or something that takes place here every year, but I've never been to it.
Yeah, it's Vegas. There's probably an international tournament for.
I think it's called the Rugby Sevens. Rugby Sevens, if that rings a bell at all.
Like underwater cricket league is probably there. Vegas has everything.
Underwater cricket.
Yeah, we've got baseball coming. I'm not going to talk baseball because I'll lose both of you, but we have baseball coming, so I'm excited for that. So we've got everything here.
It's funny, you mentioned baseball, and there's this weird whining sound in my ears.
Yeah.
Z, you might be onto something, though, with underwater cricket. That'd be entertaining as fuck to watch.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
It's just crickets underwater making noise.
He
thought it was a sport. Got him. I'm just glad we have a sport that as soon as we end this, he's gonna get online and be like Googling everything about rugby. He's gonna be like,
what is a rover?
What the hell, a hooker? Man, how can I use that intelligently in a sentence?
I can legally have the name hooker and actually do something with it.
I mean, he's from Vegas. I mean, everything outside of Vegas, you can legally be a hooker, so.
That's true.
Nevada.
So
Nevada is just Utah without Mormons.
Oh, what is everybody drinking?
That's accurate as hell. I'm sorry.
What's everybody drinking, by the way?
Mig doesn't know rugby. I just said that you were a hooker, and then they wanted more and less. Yeah, I was on the phone. You hear Jax? It's like, so I was on the phone with my mom, and she just made the team as a hooker. She came flying in the door. Hooker! My mom's like, what?
I was just imagining that was her response now to hearing you say it out loud. Like, running upstairs, but like, what the hell did you call me?
We're just happy that we found a sport that Mig doesn't know.
Yeah.
No, it's rugby. Oh, she's saying if it's not baseball, you don't know anything about it.
She's not wrong.
That could be accurate.
I think that's a veiled shot at being both a 49ers and a, Golden State fan when they lost to LeBron. I'm never letting that go.
New topic.
New topic.
Oh, now it's the change topic. That was what, like, how many years ago? How many years ago when they lost to Cleveland after being up 3-1 and then lost, and we're all like,
hey, you know who else is on that kind of watch right now? I know he's not on this episode, but a person named Seven is a big Boston Bruins fan.
Did you hear him say little? I heard it. I'm remembering that.
I said it there. I did. I'm not taller than many, but I'm taller than him.
That is true.
They broke the points record in the regular season, and they're 3-3 right now in the first round as the 1 seed. So there might be a similar choke job there. I'm just saying it could happen.
You want to talk about choke jobs? How many people like hockey around here? Because let's talk about the Bruins and how I picked them to not win everything. And everybody's like, the Bruins are going to roll everybody. They're about to go to Game 7 against the Florida Panthers.
I know nothing of hockey. I'll be honest. I know names.
There's no ice in Florida. There's no ice in Florida. How is it even possible? How could they play?
There's two Florida teams.
Yeah. And the Lightning.
Yeah, one's playing right now. I like, did they lose? Please, God, tell me they lost. I hate the Lightning. Guess who's not in the playoffs anymore? I get to go talk shit.
Nice.
Toronto up. Canadian team. Knock the Lightning out. Anyways. Okay, so there's only one Florida team left, and they're playing Game 7 against Boston, and I hope they win. Yeah. I mean, I picked Boston to make it to the final on all my picks. Like, you can't pick the best team. Like, you just can't do that. But if they lose, it's like... You know, you have that one Cowboys fan that every time the Cowboys get knocked out in the playoffs, and you're like...
Yep.
Yeah. Because you know what's going to happen. They're not going to win. You know what's going to happen eventually. So, yeah.
No, the last time they even made it to the playoffs, they choked in the first game.
Yeah, they find ways to choke all the time. Even the first round of the draft the other night, like just looking at their boardroom, right, where all their executives are, where they make the final decision who they're going to pick. They have this look on their faces like they have no idea what's going on, and all of a sudden they just pick a player. I don't know what's going on in Dallas.
That's exactly it. They walk in the room. Who do you want? Football.
So, I can explain Dallas. It's actually pretty easy. So, you remember the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt? That's who's running their team.
That's Jerry Jones?
So, yeah, it's Jerry Jones. He's the Crypt Keeper from Tales. He puts on his mask, and he comes out, and he's all like, this guy, and they're like, who? He doesn't even play football, but I guess we're drafting him. Thanks, Jerry.
Sir, that's the waiter.
How many careers have they ended at Dallas? The answer is all of them. Like, all of them. Ever since the salary cap happened, ever since they couldn't buy the best team in football, they can't do anything anymore. Because that was Dallas's old shtick before, like, the 95, was it, when the draft came into like the whole draft salary cap. And then the Broncos of all team used John Elway and cheated the salary cap to win 2 Super Bowls. But we're not going to put an asterisk. In a while. We're not going to put an asterisk next to that.
So, speaking of different cities or different states, one of my topics that I wanted to ask Z, if it's okay to transition to this, is I want to have his opinion on the difference between Colorado and Florida.
Ooh, all day. I love them. One is hot and humid. The other's humid and hot. No, so Colorado, if you have unlimited income, Colorado rules. Colorado is probably one of the best states I've ever lived in. It has a very moderate temperature. It's kind of like where you live. It's hot, but not in all the ways that matter. It's fine. Like, you don't care. but God, is it expensive. When they legalized weed, the problem with legalized marijuana is it's not federally legal. So what people did is they bought houses. And by houses, I mean plurality. They bought every freaking house. So every single house in the state of Colorado is owned by somebody who owns probably a weed farm somewhere, because they couldn't spend that money or put it in a bank somewhere because they're not allowed to, because the bank won't touch it because it's weed money. So they just bought all the houses. So the houses went from 165, 250,000 to 480 to 600,000 for the same house. So, and Lyndon's doing this because you're a West Coaster and you totally get it.
Yep.
And this is pre-COVID. This is like 2015 numbers before everything went anyways.
Yeah, that was when money was still around.
Yeah, like the best parts about Colorado, the time zone. Like Mountain Time rules. Mountain Time is, you could get drunk watching the morning games of football without feeling like an alcoholic, and watch the night games and still go to bed and get up for work tomorrow. Whereas like the East Coast, if we watch Monday Night Football, we have to contemplate our existence going to work the next day because it's probably like 2 a.m. before we go to bed.
I feel like you've never lived on the West Coast.
I have lived on the West Coast. I was stationed in San Diego, California, sir.
The West Coast, best coast, sir, with watching sports.
No, because then you're drinking at like 8 in the morning.
No. Yeah, okay. On the morning sports side, yes.
There's a difference between drinking at 9 a.m. and drinking at 8 a.m. Drinking at 8 a.m. is you're either a church-going old lady drinking mimosas with the rest of your alcoholic book club, or you're just an alcoholic.
Hey,
at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. it's like probably questionable, but it's not 8 a.m. The worst place to watch sports when I lived in Hawaii.
Oh God, that time change is gonna suck.
Yeah, it's like 6 in the morning, and you're like, who's on? I don't even care.
I'm legit laughing. I wrote down on here in my notes, I'm like, Z is going to mention 3 things today, and it's going to happen. Somebody drinking alcohol and old people. At least those 2 things right out of the gate. Knocked them both out in a single shot. My bingo card's done.
I live in Florida. There's a million old people here.
Exactly.
Old people come to die. They just come here and they drive terribly. And everybody's like, Florida drivers are the worst. Like, no, everybody else is stage drivers. Y'all suck. You just come here with your shitty drivers. That's how it works. Like, you're all from bad places with bad drivers, and you all come here at once.
That's
like
true.
Everybody in Florida is like, please leave, so I can get my bad Chick-fil-A and hate myself.
We were just talking about this. My wife finally got to experience Vegas traffic for the first time a couple months ago. Yeah. So our drivers are bad. Oregon drivers are the worst. Again,
Oregon.
Subjective. Okay. Instantly triggered. No, but
my bingo card. How to trigger Lyndon. Oregon.
You know what? We're just gonna walk away from that one. Never happened. Anyway.
Write that down, Meg.
No, don't. No. I will leave Vegas pissed.
You're welcome. I know Lyndon's like top 5 triggers. I've known him long enough. Oregon is one of them.
Tiger Ramparts gets him all flustered every time.
Nah, at this point it's just overused.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But no, she got to experience the traffic for the first time, and the whole the first time I got to really experience Vegas traffic, I was riding in the back of Mig's Camaro, squeezed in the back seat, 80 miles an hour on the freeway, bumper to bumper, and I'm a fucking sardine in a can, just like, please God, don't hit anything. Because I'm not used to going that fast on the freeway. I've never done more than 70 on the freeway.
Oh, you're talking about like open and free Vegas traffic.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Vegas traffic. The Sunday afternoon drive between Los Angeles and Vegas that takes
Yeah, that's the worst. The drive shouldn't take you more than 5 hours, but it can take you 10, 11 hours if you leave at the wrong day at the wrong time.
Right.
So, when I was in college, I went to Idaho State University.
Okay.
And I was in the geology department, and we went to go do something with, who cares? It was one of the colleges, probably a big one, who cares? I think it was USC, actually, but whatever.
Okay.
We were going to do something geology related, and they sent 5 of us down there. And I was the only person who's ever driven any distance outside of the Mormon hell that is Idaho. So I was telling him, like, we got to leave at like 4 a.m. We got to get in the car. We got to go. It's Sunday. We got to go. We got to go. It was 10. And I'm like, all right, it's fine. Let's leave at 10. Let's hit Vegas at whatever time it is. And as soon as we hit like just outside of Vegas, like right where they have their big like electricity farm, I can't remember the name of that place.
Downtown?
It's like, no, it's just south of
Downtown?
Vegas. There's like a massive like solar panel farm there. Like as soon as you,
that's what
as-
I think you were
yeah,
making fun of all the buildings and the lights.
no, as soon as you get past like you're like, I'm in Vegas, and then you're like, I'm in the desert. There's nothing here. Oh, there's a solar panel farm. As soon as we pass that, there's that casino exit there where there's like 5 casinos and there's nothing.
State
for the
line?
next 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
State
So
line, yeah.
as soon as we hit that, dead stop. And it was like that until we hit Los Angeles, and I just spent the entire car ride in the back doing the told you so. We should have left like 6 hours earlier. It took us like 12 hours to make what should have been like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
So
no
did you
thanks.
explain to them? Did you explain to everybody else that that's when everybody checks out of the hotels and goes home?
Repeatedly.
Like that should register right away. Oh, Z's making a lot of sense right now. Maybe
Yeah,
we
but
should
you know what they heard?
Repeatedly.
What they heard was we have to be up by 4 a.m. and that was the deciding factor.
I even told
Not-
him to drive the damn car. Like, just
Yeah.
throw your dead body in, fall asleep, and I'll drive. I do not care.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's 4 in the. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Because if you hit 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're trying to drive to Los Angeles from Vegas on a Sunday. I hope you have that Uber helicopter ready, because you're not getting there. You're not getting there.
Yep. Nope. No
it's
way.
not happening.
Those are. I can't do the long drives. I can't do them.
I thought that was the Vegas traffic. You know, I thought the doing 100 miles an hour on the freeway. That's
No. That's all I've got
Monday,
to do,
bro.
man. I'm not used to that. You know, I'm the guy that doesn't drive freeway a lot. I had my first car accident when I had my permit with no other licensed drivers in the car on the freeway. So I've been scared of it ever since.
I made a Honda Civic go 164 miles an hour in 2007. So
No.
on
No.
the highway.
Nope.
I'm not going to tell you where because that state will arrest me. But it happened.
So
Oh my
I have
God.
to drive every day, Lyndon. I have to drive every day. That's a very similar route to that drive that you're
Okay.
referencing to
Okay.
work every day. That's
No.
that's basically like my route to work every day. Is a very similar route to that.
Nope. I refuse.
I'm looking at driving an hour with the job that I applied for, but it's only like 1 day a week, which is fine. The rest is work from home.
So can I ask a personal question on your streaming experience?
No personal questions.
Well, I just want to know, and you don't have to answer it. Just how did it go when you decided you're gonna go more on the full-time track for streaming?
I mean, it's like the same as streaming any other time. You just go online, nobody watches you. It's fine. So
That is indeed a fact.
yeah. I'm fortunate that Jax makes a considerable amount of money. So we decided last year, this is well before inflation, that it was easier for me to just deal with the house BS, deal with kids, deal with all the other normal things like whatever, and she just works and I don't have to worry about working, 8-9 hours a day. So we flipped roles. And like now, obviously with inflation, I reapplied to go back to my old job as a different role, but because, an extra 50K would be really nice right now.
Oh yeah.
I have no aspirations to be a supervisor, manager, any of that stuff, but she makes more than enough to pay all the bills. So I did that on the front end of our relationship, so we've kind of like done that. Where she did the house stuff, kid stuff on the front end, and now it's like, okay, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like, well, I'll do the other stuff. So
it's weird because
fine.
that's exactly what I did with my situation, and that's how it's been ever since. And I'm literally in that same spot. I'm searching for work from home jobs that I can do part time to kind of just, it'd be nice. It would be nice to have that.
It's extra money, yeah. And it like before inflation went off the rails, like it was fine. Like we had plenty of money to go do whatever we want. Now it's like we have money to go do whatever we want, but we have to think about it, and I don't like that.
Yep.
I miss the like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. How much is it? I don't give a shit. I don't care.
What's the day? Friday? Oh, it's the black card. I gotta use the black card. Hold on.
Yeah, it was kind of like that for a while. When we were both working, I played Magic, and we would go in the shop, and I would just be like, "I'll take a box of that." Open the whole box, like, I got not what I wanted. I will buy 2 more boxes, sir. And people are just like, dude, my whole paycheck is disposable, which is, I'm fortunate that we could do that, but we got to a point where it wasn't necessary. It was better for the mental health around the house for me to deal with the BS, but now we're back in the inflation cycle. So, and we want to move. I think we've we don't know where we want to end up, but last weekend we went to a friend's house, and we spent the whole weekend doing exactly what I want to live in, which is the house on the lake or the river where you just take your boat out, and we're just like, God damn it! Now I need to get a job so I can buy that.
Yeah.
How much is that? Oh, that's a lot of money. All right, I'll get another job so we can do that. So that's where we're at now. Where we're comfortable and we're fortunate, but I would like to pay off some bills and make sure the kids' college crap is taken care of and things like that. I don't want my kids to be in the same position where I was in my 20s, where I'm like, do I eat ramen or water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ice is edible. Ice is food, right?
Oh,
Ice has nutritional value if you got it out of the right river.
Yeah. Oh no, I ran out of things to eat. I guess I'm having an ice sandwich again.
Ice sandwich.
Yeah.
So,
been there.
Yeah, we're like that.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's what me and my wife.
Peanut butter, you rich bastard.
You got jelly with yours?
What kind of peanut butter? If you say Jip, I'm gonna be upset. If it wasn't like Peter Pan or whatever, like horrible.
Whatever the store
Dollar
brand.
Tree,
the Dollar Tree peanut butter. Basically just glue that's colored. That's all Dollar Tree peanut butter is.
It's so true. It just says corn syrup. That's all it says. It just says corn syrup. I don't understand.
Why does the label say corn syrup and sadness?
Oh,
hey, but it's less than $1. I don't care.
I don't care. It tastes like the peanut butter that I had when I was growing up, which apparently wasn't peanut butter either.
Oh god. Yep. I just had the conversation with my kids about the whole versatility of a piece of bread, and explaining this is a hamburger bun and a hot dog bun, and if you fold it in half, it's a quesadilla. Like I had to go through the whole thing. Like, you're lucky we haven't had to do that.
You know what's cheaper than bread? Tortillas.
Damn right.
So you can. That's a sandwich. It's a wrap. It's a taco.
Yep. It's a sophisticated piece of bread.
Sadly.
I'm not even kidding, dude. Like, my thing is, I've had this idea for a while, and then
if you say the word chewini, I'm just disconnecting.
Wait, what?
I'll explain later. Keep going.
No, I had this idea when I was a kid, and eventually, I want to say it was Rob Deerdeck who did it. But I used to do my tortillas and stuff, and I would take my leftovers and I'd roll them up and make burritos out of just about everything. Like, I would literally do spaghetti, some Italian seasonings, roll it up in a tortilla. There's my to-go meal.
What did you call that?
Didn't have a name.
Okay.
Just spaghetti on wheels. I don't know.
Mexican fusion. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, at least you're Mexican.
Yeah, there's enough validation for me to do it. I just walk around with a burrito and they go, "Oh, okay."
It's
Man,
fine.
why's your burrito got noodles and stuff? Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You trying to tell me how to live?
Just because you have fucking pollo in your thing, I have to have noodles? Come on, man.
Yeah. So to explain the Chewini thing, have you ever seen Food Network? There's diners, dive-ins, and drives. They did a whole shtick. Anyways, they ended up in a place where a dude had these. Everything was in a tortilla. So it's like a hot dog in a tortilla. Ah, it's a tortilla hot dog. Ah, I'm a genius. So I have a very strained relationship with my parents. They had this idea. They didn't want to tell me for the longest time, but they got drunk enough to tell me. They wanted to call them Chewinis. Your head hurts? So did mine. And the idea was to make various hot dogs. Like, we're going to make a hot dog in a Mexican condiment thingamajig, and it's... I didn't understand it either. But that was their whole shtick was Chewinis, and I'm like, I've seen this somewhere. But they didn't... They didn't want to tell me because they thought I would steal the idea and like sell it. And I'm like, first of all, I have ADD. I'm going to forget we talked about this in 5 minutes. Second of all, that's a dumb fucking idea. You're white as shit. And I'm not about to do some Mexican stuff. And like, third of all, I'm lazy. So there's no way I'm going to do that. The end of it was we had seen it on Diners, Dive-Ins, and Drives where a guy who did that. He just like, what is this? It's spaghetti, but in a tortilla.
But it's so good. Like, there's legitimately some crazy things that
it's
I have put in
handheld
tortillas.
Spaghetti.
And they are
It's handheld
good.
spaghetti. It's genius. Like, and no, it is. It's genius. Fucking do it, dude. That's killer. But it was really funny to me that my parents didn't want to tell me because they thought I would steal the idea that was already a thing.
Yeah.
So I've spent the last like 10 years like doing the. What about that Chewini guy idea you guys had? That was a really good one. You should totally do that because nobody's ever done it.
Just walk in one day with the tortilla and spaghetti wrapped up. Just walk in like, I
Did
found
you
this down the street.
Thanksgiving dinner in a tortilla, like.
Been there.
It's a tortilla. It's probably one of the greatest things that has ever been made. Like that's why Taco Bell is one of the best restaurants.
That's true. Not Mexican, but it's good.
It gives a shit. Like honestly. I was on a different podcast and I had to argue tooth and nail that Taco Bell is the best. It is S tier. It is the top of the fast food hierarchy.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, fourth meal. Like,
can you name one thing on a Taco Bell menu if I handed you at a random grab bag, just randomly handed it to you, you wouldn't eat? One thing, anything.
No, not at all.
Like if I just took a random grab bag and I went, Mig, here's a thing from Taco Bell. Would you not eat it? Would you inspect your meal?
I'm the wrong one to ask because I don't eat Taco Bell. I don't eat it.
I handed it to you, you'd be like,
completely disputing your argument right now.
I have a worse version of this guy's thing that he has, and I eat Taco Bell. I believe in some circles we call that a coward.
So we usually don't go out very often for Mexican food.
I wouldn't say usually don't. Like, okay, if I walked up to you with a bag and just handed you Taco Bell and said you have to eat this, you would inspect it, or
would you
just
question
like,
it? Would you question? Let's start there. If he handed you the bag, would you question what's in the bag?
It's Taco Bell.
Of course. If Z's handing me something, telling me to eat it, I'm gonna question.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid.
That's fair. If anybody that you knew that you trusted handed you a bag of Taco Bell, just one thing, like you had to eat it, and they were like, "Here's your thing you have to eat," you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, if your half Hispanic friend walks up and hands you a bag of half Hispanic food, would you eat it?
Yeah, I would probably eat it. Yeah,
it's food. It's Taco Bell, and that was my argument. And the backup plan to that, and they were like, I don't know, maybe like it's an A, and I'm like, Baja Blast.
That right there is the tier climb.
If it worked for Taco Bell, Baja Blast would not exist.
Yep, that's it.
So
that's the truth.
We should take Z to the famous Taco Bell location in Vegas.
Have you?
Famous taco. I worked at a Taco Bell, sir. Try me. Sure. If I go to Vegas, let's see if your Taco Bell has literally anything I haven't had.
Baja Blast freeze with top shelf rum.
It's a nightclub / Taco
You
Bell.
act like I have not done that.
I'm not saying that you haven't done that. I don't
To the
expect that you
Taco
haven't.
Bell,
But have you
bought
been
the
to a
thing,
nightclub
brought it
/
home
Taco
and put the rum in it myself.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying it's the Taco Bell club thing and walking in there and being able to say, yeah, I want a freeze and I want
I would do
tequila
it.
in it.
Please do. As long as it doesn't have Goldschlager or Rumpelmans in it, we're good.
Oh, but Goldschlager's so good.
So
I know you've never been to a Taco Bell that had a DJ.
Magical journey to see here. So when I was first in the Navy in circa 2001 Z, we went out. I just finished, boot camp, and this is 2001. This is post 9/11. Everybody was like, and I got 1/5 of Rumpelmans, and God help me if I could never explain why. 2 liters of Mountain Dew. Process this in your brain and put them together, and then tell me you would ever drink Rumpelmans again for the rest of your entire life. Because I threw up colors I didn't even know existed.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah. So anytime I smell anything that's like in that mouthwash realm, I'm like,
I can see that.
22 years later. I think we talked about this when we were in Vegas. Because Meg's like, what do you drink? And I'm like, not mint. Anything else? I think we drank like 27 kamikazes in 3 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Well, my initial go-to, and correct me if I'm not remembering this correctly, is to find the dustiest bottle behind the bar. And then we take a shot of that. And I think that's when you're like...
in the kamikazes.
Yeah, and I think you were like, no, I don't want that. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just go to something that always tastes good. And then I pivoted to a kamikaze.
Oh, yeah, because I think they went to Paul Goldschlager, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, right.
I know my
favorite.
limits. If I'm in a group and somebody's like, here, drink this. What is it, Goldschlager? How many do I have to drink? 1. Done. Boom. Done. All right, we're good.
Yep.
But if you're like, Goldschlager, like, trash can.
Yeah.
Why? You know why. You did this.
So we need to make sure that we're not doing terrible, evil things if you get to join us for the Vegas get together.
Do whatever you want. That's your problem. When I'm that drunk, it's like, that's your mess. You have to clean that. Why? Because I can barely stand up.
Oh.
You better pay somebody. You better give somebody money. You thought it was funny. You think it's funny.
Okay, so we can pull the trick. We can give you the Goldschlager out and about, not at the B&B. Got it. Because I don't want to clean that up.
I will say, you are fully responsible for the beating that Jax gives you. So if she says no, and you do it anyways, I'm too drunk to stop her.
I understand my limits with that, and I would not push her that far.
You want to fight a Jersey girl? That's on you.
No. Nope.
You're gonna hear.
I don't want to fight a Jersey girl. I don't want to fight somebody under 5 foot. I'm good. There's too much going on in that package.
You're gonna hear one phrase that should scare you out of Jax, and it's "you need one," and it's like, oh.
Yep.
So, for the interest in time, can we play the drinking game you mentioned, Lyndon?
I didn't say it was a
Have we even
drinking
talked
game.
about a single thing that we were supposed to
Yes!
talk about yet?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
good.
entire point. It's the hangout. It's the hangout.
Wow.
Like, you're doing everything this podcast is designed for.
You're gonna be like, Z.
I feel like I have too many questions.
Yeah. I hope you have your beeper ready because I have no filter.
Oh,
You knew
no.
that when you brought me on, you knew that.
Dude, yes, exactly. I knew
This
what I
is
was
actually
getting
the
into.
most filtered. This is the most filtered I've ever been. I'm like friggin'
Which you don't have to
Rockin'.
be. That's the thing. I told you before.
bragging.
Yes, the idea is to be
Bragging.
family friendly, and I will censor tastefully as I go along. But like,
Drink Sunny D.
yeah, family friendly drink.
Sunny D.
I can't do that with mine.
You could. What are you drinking?
I'm
Smirnoff
drinking.
Ice.
I'm clearly drinking something ice.
Ice. It said Smirnoff, you cow. What is what? What is the flavor?
It is Blue Raz lemonade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had that one. Blue raspberry lemonade.
It just tastes good.
Dude, at our age, it's like, so when you're in your 20s, you're like, how hard can I be? When you're in your 30s, like, how hard-ish can I be? When you start to get a little older than that, you're like, what tastes good?
Yep.
I agree.
I want it to be delicious and not hurt me tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because my
I
bones
completely
do
agree.
enough of that on their own. My bones are like, crack, crack, you woke up today? F you.
Yeah, 20s, Sailor Jerry rum.
Yeah.
30s?
Let's talk about that.
I love
Captain
Sailor
Morgan.
Jerry.
40s, Captain Morgan vanilla orange flavored. because it's weaker and it tastes great. So,
I mean, it's whatever tastes good.
So,
That's-
what's the drink you had back then? In your 20s,
In my 20s?
in your 20s, in your 30s, somewhere in there, early 30s, that you
What's the
loved.
drink I had in my 20s?
Hold on.
Yes.
What's the
That I
drink
loved?
you had in
Yes.
your 20s that you loved that you cannot drink now because you just cannot get through it?
I already talked about that.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
The caveat was that you had to enjoy it.
I actually liked Rumplemans and those flavors before I drank a fifth of it with Mountain Dew. Before I did that, that was a bad idea, and it ruined everything.
That's fair.
I'm gonna think about it while Mig tells us what his old Pappy Winkle bullshit, like non-existent alcohol. Please tell us what prohibition alcohol you drank.
Please share your moonshine stories. We need to know.
I knew
So,
we got to fucking make it.
a Fat Tuesday with double shot of Everclear. I used to double fist those when I would go out, and that would be how I'd start my night. And
There's
now
no
I
there.
know I can't even. There's absolutely no way. So I just get just the Fat Tuesday drink by itself, no extra shots.
So all I caught was you liked the double fist before you got into it, and then no double shots. Got it.
We're gonna get along well with Venus.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna say Jack Daniels. I actually have an answer for that. It's Jack Daniels. So before I knew more about myself when it came to drinking alcohol, as a young lad, I used to love Jack Daniels. I could drink so much Jack Daniels. Oh my God, I could drink Jack Daniels. I could also fight the entire tri-state area of Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin. And that was the problem with Jack Daniels. I would try to fight the entire area of Wisconsin, Ohio, and Wisconsin. So I don't drink Jack Daniels anymore. People are like, you want to drink this? What's it, Jack? No. I mean, is there UFC tonight? No, I mean, like, do you need a fighter? If you need a fighter, if you need a fighter, give me that. What is it? Jack. Where did you train at?
Yes.
Tell me something I don't like. All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna kill this man. Why? Because he doesn't like the color purple. And I can't explain it.
I
But as I got
totally
old-
see you use that as a justifiable reason.
Yeah. And as I got older, I started to understand like Jack Daniels was not a happy alcohol for me, so I don't. And when I was in my 20s, I'm like Jack. Now I'm like, no. Yeah, absolutely not. Knob Creek, please, yes, please.
Yep,
Give me that smooth
was
whiskey.
That was me with tequilas.
Tequila?
Could
Yeah.
absolutely slam tequila until I slammed both colors at the same time.
Which tequila?
Yes,
No,
Yes.
which tequila?
Silver
There
and
had-
gold,
all of them. All
If
of them.
I have to pick out a very specific alcohol that I enjoyed in my 20s while rummaging through my ADHD brain, you have to tell me at least one tequila that was like the tequila.
Oh my God, what was it called? The one that broke me was a gold El Matador.
Oh, Matador.
Yeah.
That's not tequila. That's fucking distilled spirits.
So we were playing. You guys, everybody's seen it. It's the checkerboards with the shot glasses, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So the thing was, we did the
You're supposed to
normal
do that-
couple games.
You're supposed to have
Johnson
a
left.
beer. That's supposed to be beer, sir. That's a
Yeah.
lot of shot.
Yeah, but here's where we went wrong. So we played a few games, and okay,
No, where you
lost,
went-
and you got the
Putting tequila in the shot glasses, you're supposed to put beer in.
Yeah, okay, but again, let me explain. Let me explain. We went from having 3 shots because we did it when you got your tic-tac-toe. You drank the winner's shots for what they used, so they got the pick. I was on a winning streak. I had lost 1 game, and then I'd won like 2 or 3 in a row. So my friend was getting hammered, and they traded off. Blah blah blah. So then they came down to me, and they're like, "Hey, let's play Blackout." Okay, what's Blackout? So we're gonna play 3 games. You're not gonna do any shots.
Wait. Blackout sounds pretty self-explanatory to me.
This is a
Sounds
big
self-explanatory
term.
to me.
20-year-old me didn't process that.
You clear the board, and then you black out. I mean, the blackout's
But again-
supposed to be the board is blacked out because you're like dabbing everything.
But 20-something me didn't realize that at the time because I was like, "Oh, dude, we're doing this. There's no way we can lose." So we play the 3. I lose all 3 games. So he says, "Great,
Why did you
were
play
you-
the second game?
confidence, overconfidence, stupidity."
The first game, you're like, I can barely hold my.
But we didn't drink them. That's what I said. We played the 3 games. You didn't take any of the
Oh.
shots. When you lost, you did the shots, but you did the entire tray. So there were 10 shots because we had the same number of shots. We each
That
had
sounds like.
board. And I chose to drink my silvers, and he wanted to bring his gold. So I'm slamming back to back. 10
That
shots.
sounds exactly like my fucking England story. But, yep.
But did you end up inside of a large stock pot, your head in the stock pot, begging for your best friend and a burrito?
No, but I did end up in a drunk tank, and then I ended up on the wrong Navy's ship, and then.
Okay, you win.
Did you ever on the wrong Navy's ship? Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
it's a little
insist
mystery.
that you're supposed to be there. They're just like, no, mate. Like
Yeah,
I run this shit. Yeah. So I
You
was in
win that one.
England when I was in the Navy, and I went to a bar, and they had this board because it was the 4th of July, and we're in England, and everybody loves tourism money. So the only thing funnier than being in England on the 4th of July is seeing all the American flags everywhere, because you're like. Anyway, so 3 ships were in the basin of Portland, doesn't matter. I think it's Portsmouth, England, and we went to a bar, and they had a shot challenge. So whoever could drink 10 shots the fastest won on the board, and they timed you. It was like, so I went in, I took my 10 shots. It took me about 11 seconds, and they're like, "Oh yeah, 10 shots, 11 seconds." Boop, put me on the board, and I looked at the board. I'm like, "Ah, damn, I'm in second place." So I went and called Jax.
No.
I called Jax and I was telling her the whole thing because we're in England, and I'm just telling her about the whole day. And I was hanging out. Weirdly enough, my dad was in England. I can't explain that. And then we did the whole day. I was telling her, and she's like, "So what are you doing now?" And I was like, "Oh, I took 10 shots, but I did it in 11 seconds." And she's like, "Okay." And it's like, You're kind of a bitch. I think you could do it faster. Like, there's no way. She's like, there's no way. And I will get her in here to corroborate this story. She's like, there's no way that you can't outdrink whoever's number 1. And I'm like, you're right. So I went back to the bar and did it again. And I beat them because, like 10 shots and you're like, and I don't remember much past that point because I did 20 shots in less than 30, 40 minutes, and
So
ended up in the drunk tank, ended up in the wrong Navy ship, ended up in the wrong berthing on my ship. They just let me sleep wherever the fuck I woke up. And I think the best part about that entire story is that I'm pretty sure that everybody that I was out with got in trouble, because it was one of those moments where it's like, we're in trouble, right? And everybody woke up, they're like, yeah, we're gonna forget about this. I'm getting captain's mast, and the captain's like, it's like, oh shit, everybody did some dumb shit, didn't they? So the captain's probably just like, nope. Who? Nope. Did they kill anybody? Nope. Okay. I'm not going to do anything that makes me implicated in a crime. On with my day, because nobody got in trouble, and I have no idea to this day how I didn't get in trouble. So fast forward about a year later, I got my good conduct medal, and the best part about that was going up to get it. And I'm like, and the whole division's like, because they remember me getting in a fight with an MP, like getting in the drunk tank, getting on the wrong Navy ship, like insisting I'm supposed to be on a British Navy ship. Yeah, so there you go. That's the long and short of it. And I blame Jax.
That's a great story.
That trumps every story that I could say. Like,
it's a horrible story. I to this day do not understand how I didn't get in trouble for all that.
but the thing is, it's a great story to listen to, and it beats anything that anybody else could even bring up, because there's so many things that could have gone wrong.
Because a carrier, like, you have a good idea of a carrier size.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking huge. A carrier can't pull into port in a place where it's not used to having a carrier. So they were parked way out in the middle of, the basin, like the bay, and they had a boat that was taking it back and forth between the carrier and them. And that's where I got put in the drug tank, because I'm like, I'm getting on the ship. Like, I need to go back to my ship. And they're like, you're not on the carrier, bud. You're on the cruiser, which is like that way. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm getting on that ship. Like, I was fighting people to get on the boat to get on the wrong ship. So they took me and put me in the drunk tank, and the guy that was with me, I don't know where the hell he went. But he told me later, he's like, dude, they put you in the drunk tank because you were trying to fight people to get on the boat to get on the wrong boat. And they knew you were drunk, but they didn't want to get you in trouble. So they just like threw you in a drunk tank and just gave you a bunch of water. And actually, I might have a slightly better story. I had a guy.
Oh, okay.
Same trip, same cruise. We went to, it was in Scotland. I cannot remember the name of the town we went to, but they were not used to seeing Navy ships because they don't pull up there very often. So we went to a bar, we were getting drunk, and nobody liked this guy. And I went out with him because, you know me, I get along with anybody. I don't care, like, where you're from or who you are. And he wore cowboy hat, cowboy, like, giant Texas belt buckle, and I'm like, bro. We're overseas. Can we just, like, 2 notches down? No? Okay, fine. We're going out. So we went to a bar, we hung out, because back in, the early 2000s, it was mandatory. You had to take a friend with you. It was your buddy. You had to have him. He was there the whole time. So I went outside and I traded one of the hats from our ship to one of the police guys to arrest him and take us back to the boat. And so the whole time this guy was in the back of a paddy wagon having a meltdown, thinking he got arrested for some shit he didn't do, which he didn't do, but I didn't tell him that. And I'm just sitting there in the back like, bro, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. They took us the whole way, and he was crying like a baby as they took us back to the ship. It was like a free Uber, and all I had to do was give him a $20 like hat off the ship.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that might be slightly better, like watching a dude have a full-blown like panic attack meltdown, thinking he's going to jail in Scotland. All because I was being an asshole. And we got back to the ship, and he didn't talk to me for like a month. It was great. I mean, it was great because we didn't like him, but
So am I wrong in simplifying that down to you were an asshole to him because he had too much yeehaw going into town?
Correct. Yeah. If he had toned it down a hair and had made me look like a fucking American,
like a normal tourist, yeah.
Like when I go to a foreign country, I'm just like, I'm having fun. I just want to blend in. Watch what's going. He's like, I'm from America, and I'm like, I'm with him.
Yep.
Sorry, ladies, he's taken.
I feel like
It's
we'll have,
Glasgow.
like, unlimited amounts of these stories for us for the future pod.
I was
really
in the
do.
Navy, dude. I have so many stories about dumb shit. Even out of the Navy, I have like unlimited amounts of stories about me throwing gasoline in like buckets off of the top of my house, and I still to this day don't know how I didn't burn that house down. Like how Jax got popped in the face with fireworks that were in the fire pit that we forgot were there.
Oh, Jesus.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Like so many. I should not be alive to be in this podcast right now. Like, it's not for lack of trying, sir. Mick will corroborate. He has met me. I am exactly who I am online as I am in real life. I am a fucking ball of energy, man.
But that's the whole reason why we were like drawn to you, man. Like, you are that energetic force that you, like you said, you get along with everybody. Everybody gets along with you because of just who you are. Like,
Except for
I've said it
Nazis.
before. I've
Don't
said,
get along with
yeah.
Nazis.
I mean, yeah. That maybe the ghosts. I don't know.
And we could do a nightfall together in the video game Destiny 2. And he can tell me exactly where to stand and don't move. And then we can complete the nightfall. No problem. I won't screw it up. Mig, just go stand over there. Don't move from over there. Shoot in that direction. And okay, no problem. And we beat the nightfall, no problem.
I blame ADD for that. That's like ADD brain. Like,
Uh-huh.
I was telling them about the England story where you got me shit faced.
Yeah, I just remember Shield Brothers.
Corroborate that story, Jackie.
Oh, I definitely called him a bitch.
I was gonna say, all you had to say in that entire story for me to believe that Jackie was part of it and can tell and corroborate the whole thing is that she called you a little bitch that you couldn't drink the
She
shots.
said the only thing that he had to know was that you called me a little bitch, and then he believed it.
That's it.
She's
That's
laughing.
it.
Fuck
Yep.
you guys.
We haven't known you. We haven't known
Sorry.
you long enough to know how Jackie is.
Yeah, they said they'd known me long enough to know how.
Sorry, Jackie, we're borrowing him late
For
at
what?
night. Sorry about that.
She doesn't care. What do you tell me? You just come and talk shit. She just come and talk shit. She's standing
Hello?
like off to the side, like
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's there. I can't see her because on
Yep.
my end,
They're waving
she's
at
screen froze.
Hello,
if you
extended
stand
family.
if you stand all the way up to the door, they can't see you. She said, "That's fine."
It's all good. Okay, so let's pivot back for a second here. Meg, you were asking about drinks just because I'm sitting here staring at it like we've already gone through and talked about it.
Yes, sir.
If we get together for another one of these podcasts, you guys want to do a drinking game?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
What is
I'm
your
on.
drinking game? Is
You
it
just did.
is it checkers?
No.
Idiot.
Hey man, I was 20 something. I made some choices. Okay.
So since we're all together, and this doesn't happen very often, how do we beat the Destiny ultimate boss of the time zone? So that way we can gather and have a 3-person fire team regularly on a regular basis.
With our fists, mostly.
I like his idea.
I don't know how you beat a time zone. Like Zulu
I know
time?
that's why I have no idea. I have no idea how to attack this because it's like the ultimate boss to me.
He's already given us the way to beat it. He's talked about how they're looking to find another place. He's just got to move 2 time zones closer.
Vegas ain't it.
No. No.
I don't think Vegas is it.
No.
You are landlocked. Jax has tasted the freedom of a boat, so now we are.
I don't blame you.
But I would love that if it could ever happen. If we could ever get on a regular schedule, even if it's one day every other week. You know, like
I'm sure I
that
could
would
work
be
something out
that would be
off
fantastic.
stream. Because my
Yeah.
one of my incentives is to hit $500 for extra life to unretire from Destiny. because I basically retired from streaming Destiny last year when.
Oh no, I'm bringing you out of retirement.
Yeah, it hit a
got
point.
to what it is.
It hit a point.
It really hit a point like 2 years ago. We just kept going, and then
Yeah,
you know.
we
Unless you're
eventually
playing
hit our
with
heads so
people that
hard that
you
it was
like.
numb. That was the
Yeah.
problem.
Unless you're
Yeah.
playing with people you like, it's not about playing Destiny anymore. It's more about playing with people that are playing the same game as you. It's
That's
like,
it.
how many times did we talk about since Destiny launched that would we still play this game if there was a better game out there? And the answer is probably no, sadly.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We've had the games that pop up that are like the Destiny killers, and none of them have worked out.
None of them.
Yeah.
I enjoy Fortnite. I still play Fortnite.
I
But-
want to.
It's a game that you play because you don't care anymore.
That's
But
it. That's exactly
Destiny's
it.
a different itch. There's no game that really itches that same grind. So I'm really hoping Diablo 4 does that for me, because I need a replacement game because I'm burning out on trying to find a game. I'm really having fun with Genshin. I'm liking the weird Star Rail game, but it's a filler. It's something that I do like an hour a day, but nothing's quite like the 8 hours of telling people to jump into dick walls on Destiny. So using a sword. You're like, oh, you made it. Just kidding, nerd.
I bring it up. I've shared the story a few times.
The goat.
No.
The goat. Oh,
Were you there? Were you there for Green Army, Mark?
I was there for the goat. I was there for Shoulder Charge Sunday when we were like
Oh god.
bleeding like goats and yelling at that dude whose name was like Goat something, and we're like
Yep.
calling him a bitch. I remember that. Bagging him on
Shoulder
yeah.
Bro Weekend. Yep.
Shoulder Bro Weekend. Oh man. What the
Murder
hell?
Light Death Squad and
Oh, Hard Light Murder Squad.
Hard Light.
Oh,
Murder.
yeah.
Nobody knows
That was
anything about
bubble.
Hard Light Murder Squad.
Oh my
Six
god,
Bubble
that was
Titans
so...
with Hard Light. Oh,
I brought it
stuff
back.
of nightmares.
I brought it back a few seasons ago, and
You had 6 Titans with Hard Lights and a bubble.
we went into Banner with it to mess around with people. It worked for a bit.
I mean, it probably works again because bubbles are pretty oppressive.
No, it's one well placed super does it. Yeah.
Well, let's face the reality. We're, even if you're not a skilled team, if you're coordinated together, you're gonna do better. So even if it's Hard Light Murder
You
Squad,
don't even have to do better. You can
coordinated, you're
lose
gonna
and
do
still
better
piss
than you.
people off. You can go into trials, go 0-5, and watch them bag the shit out of you, knowing that you made a bad time. Like you just know that every one of those wins was a bad time for them. Like you made them chase you for the last 15 minutes to get one win. Like
Yep.
that 15 minutes that you wasted trying to kill a 40-year-old gamer wasn't playing anybody else. You could have lost, bro. You could have moved on, but nope. You had to beat
I mean,
me.
The real
I
victory is the
totally
hate
support
messages
that.
we get from it.
I'm
That's the
taking
real
you to
victory.
time. I'm taking you to time every time. Put up the shield, put up the bubble.
Yep.
So, did you know, Z, that the two guys with you on this pod, with a third team member, actually went flawless in trials?
I took somebody who's never been flawless.
I think
Can
the point he's trying to get is the non-PvP guy, the kind of PvP guy, and the Asian who shall not be named because I don't want to give him the credit because he didn't have the card set to go to flawless.
Rap, you poor bastard.
Yeah. So we went in.
hard, and we still did it. We weren't even
Yeah.
coordinated off the card.
It was right after they revamped everything too. We just casually walked to flawless, and he never reset his card after the first loss. So then Mig gets it. Mig's
I've
like,
done
"Hey,
that.
I get to go to the tower." I'm like, "Okay, hold on. I have 6. I need one more," because he had the one that gave you the extra point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took the free win instead
Yeah.
of the mercy.
Yep, that was it.
That's
So
fair.
then I got mine, and then Rep's sitting there like, "Well, how come I don't get flawless?" "Oh, I didn't reset my card."
Yeah, that was painful. It was painful after being so excited to accomplish something
Yep.
I never thought I would ever accomplish. It was just pain to know that one of the three of us had no shot of doing it that night.
Yep. We should not have done it. That should not have happened.
Yeah, I took a buddy of mine who had never gone flawless with somebody who I didn't think we would take him flawless with. It was like, I've got this person who's like, let's go. And we went 8-0. We just ran the board. Like, we went flawless. Like, you want to go again? All right. We went back in there, ran another team down. Like, holy crap. Went back in, ran another team to 4 and 5, lost. And we're like, okay, we're done for the night. But
yeah, we did the. It was just after that revamp. I got 2 of them. I got 1 week with Mig, and then I did another one a few weeks later with just a completely hodgepodge group. I don't remember who the hell was in it.
I thought we got you flawless on D1 though.
It was the last week, and it was Ethereal and his buddy.
Oh, okay. I know I tried with God, I can't remember their name. The young kid.
Yeah.
I was like the only person who could wrangle that little bastard in. So.
Yep.
Oh, Carl?
Yep.
No, not Carl.
No. It was another kid.
No.
Like, I like to think of myself as like a field general. Knows to play trials. I know how to like tell people to bring it in.
I don't even know
so
if a field general's the appropriate thing. Like, you're the dad that walks out there with the belt and snaps the belt once, and they come running in.
That's a field general.
Okay, fair enough.
I get people to slow down. Like, that's my whole thing. Slow down. Well, even when I'm playing Fortnite with my kid, it's like, slow down.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 of them. Let us kill 1, and then we will just go ape on the last 2. Like, just bring it in just a hair.
My nephew's the same
ODM,
way.
go. ODM, go. Yeah.
My nephew's the same way, dude.
I mean, you follow me on Twitter. I have a million like wins in the last couple weeks. It's like, hold on, wait. All right, it's 3v1. Fuck that kid.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think you guys are the same kind of PvP player as I am. For me, it's 100% confidence. That's, if I'm not feeling confident at all, or if I'm afraid to do something to
just don't
make someone set on the team,
that's it.
I play awful, and there's no way around it. I'm gonna play awful.
I don't care. I went unbroken not caring.
Yep.
I went unbroken solo, like back when it was hard. I ran shoulder charge sentinel, like tractor cannon, and did not care. I just went in, I played every single day, and I'm like, I mean, if I lose, I lose. It's a video game. I don't give a shit.
That's it.
Yeah.
I had more fun not caring in PvP before the whole meta changed. But I had one triumph to get unbroken. I needed one thing. I can't remember what it is now. But I didn't
isn't
care.
It free now? Just go get it. Play PvP.
Basically, yeah. Basically. So okay, to steer away from Destiny, because we'll beat ourselves up over it.
What's Destiny? It's a game.
It's a game. Yeah. So, I had a real simple game, just something to throw out there, kind of a test your wits, see who can solve these faster kind of game.
Test your luck. Oh, we're
dumb
going Mortal
questions,
Kombat. Got it.
Or they're smart questions with dumb answers.
No, it's Mortal Kombat. Same thing.
Yeah. So,
test your strengths.
We have our drinks. I will drink once you get 5 in a row.
Coward.
3 in a row.
Strict before we start.
Challenge accepted.
See, that's how you beat up Lyndon. All right.
No. Okay, so I'll ask the question. One of you guys fires off the answer first if you think you know it. If you get it right, awesome, point to you. If you get it wrong, you take a drink.
Questions. Fuck you, Mig.
It's nothing super specific, but we're gonna start with just as a warm up, okay?
Yeah.
So it's questions like, what gets wetter as it dries? What becomes more wet as it dries?
A sponge.
I feel like I'm gonna really suck at this game.
And you brought the bottle. Sponge is close. Sponge is close. It's a towel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we both have to drink, right? Because
Yeah,
we
so
both.
so you'd both drink, right? So again, it's smart questions
Yep.
with dumb answers. Okay.
The towel.
And it's just a
I'm gonna
just a
add
time
more
passer game, like-
because I feel like I'm gonna, yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm ready.
all right. So I won't. I'm excited. I did this as a test with some friends too, and you're gonna beat yourself up about halfway through this, going like, "Why am I so stupid?" You know, that kind of thing.
I already feel dumb about the towel.
Because I have kids. It's because I have kids.
Yeah.
Kids. That's the reason.
Yeah, they come in and they ask us things like, what is this? What is this circle thing for? It's a mirror with a hole in the middle.
You mean a CD?
What's a CD?
CD's
Yeah.
nuts!
I'm using that next time it comes around.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right,
Big's
so
like, God damn it, I should have thought of that.
my kid's too young to say that too. That's where I'm at. I got the one that's too young, and I have the one that's too old to get the joke and just walk through it. That's dumb, Dad. So
Everything's dumb. You're a dad.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right. So, what never asks a question but gets answered all the time?
Children.
Rhetorical?
A cell phone.
Children.
Children ask questions.
No, they don't.
Okay,
They make
perspective.
demands.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
They actually don't ask questions because they already know all the answers.
They are tiny dictators. This has been proven.
Cell phone's good. All right.
Joke for that one.
All right. What goes up but never comes down?
A balloon.
It does eventually. A balloon pops, it still comes down. Come on, Z, I thought you would be able to knock a dozen of these out just right out of the gate. And I'm starting at the bottom of the list.
I just think he's trying to make me not look bad. I appreciate it, Zeke. I appreciate it. Because, you would dominate me in this if you weren't going against me.
He's the trivia guy. He's got all the dumb facts that are gonna work in this. I know it already.
Yeah, but the problem is like, what goes up and never comes down? I'm like, shit, I know this. And the ADHD brain's like, up. Like, shut the.
I'm gonna. But your ADHD brain is close though with 7.
I know, and that's what's annoying about it. It's like later I'm like,
that's why the cell phone broke you on the last one.
I give up. All right, tell me. I'll just.
Addition?
Your age.
That's not true.
You're still right.
At a certain point, it stops.
It's so stupid. I feel so stupid.
Yeah, but it doesn't go down. It stops.
It might. Depends how you feel about geology.
Carbon dating?
No, because if your basic components break down into something else, you go down molecularly. I just broke Lyndon.
I don't think that's how that works. I'm gonna look that one up and try to science that one out myself later.
You're gonna science?
I'm
When
gonna science.
you find a fossil, that is not the actual bone. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that that's actually deposits that have replaced your bones. So your bones
when they give it to you,
your bones have broken down into something else.
But when they explain it, they don't say that it was so and so many years old. They tell you it is this many years old. It never stopped.
It's
aging.
a guesstimate.
Right, but it never went down.
Maybe.
I fully support you attacking him, Z. I fully support it. I think Lyndon must be
You had
punished
to
for
break
these
down
really
into basic minerals in order to go back into something else.
I don't want to break down again. I already had a breakdown this week.
What goes up and doesn't break down? My mania.
Yep.
Anyways, next terrible question that I'm way too not here to understand.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Come on, ADD. Help me.
All right. So a girl falls from a 50-foot ladder but doesn't get hurt. How come?
Is the ladder's on the ground?
Close.
Yeah, the ladder's not
Yeah, if I
upright.
lay a 50-foot ladder on the ground and then you fall off it, you're just like...
Yeah,
Okay.
the ladder's laying on the ground. Horizontal, not vertical.
Lyndon's
Okay,
like...
I'm gonna give it to you
shit.
for a loophole because that does work.
She fell off the first rung?
That's it. Yes.
Like, same thing. The ladder's on the ground.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
That's
All right, I'll
that's
drink-
better.
I'll drink
That's
to that
better.
one.
The ladder might be 50 feet tall, but nobody cares. Like, she
Exactly.
fell from actually
Exactly.
like a half an inch. Unless it's Jackie, who falls from any height and breaks all her toes. She's right here, so I'm making fun of her.
I'm just waiting to
I
see
bet
her dive
Jackie
across the
answers
screen and
these.
like tackle you for something.
You just see a
I
random
bet
thing.
Jackie answers these faster than us.
Oh, what? Alright.
All right. So what starts with an E and ends with an E, but only has one letter in it?
E.
Nope. What starts with an E and ends with an E and has one letter in it, Mig?
I'm
It's an
trying to
envelope. It's an envelope.
Oh, an envelope.
I'm not cut off for this game.
Okay,
with,
Boomer.
I'm with all the people watching this video or listening to this podcast right now.
What starts
That
with
are
an
like,
E and ends with an E and
Yeah,
has a letter
I
in
did
it?
not know any of these answers. I'm an idiot. At least I can relate to that guy.
It's envelope. I heard you answer. That's Jax. At least
Okay,
she's
good.
honest. She could have made me look like an asshole, but she didn't.
Oh, but she needs to. That's her
Yeah, I
job.
know,
Jack,
right?
that's
That's half the
That's
job.
the job. That's her entitlement as your wife, is she gets to do that on stream at any time.
Yeah, Jackie needs to help Z with learning how to be the lead singer in the rock band.
For
I-
real.
hate you so much. They said you have to help me be the lead singer in the rock band. Okay, boomers. She said like the
I
game.
swear, Z's microphone all of a sudden gets turned way down when it's his turn to sing. It's the weirdest occurrence that happens when he's streaming Rock Band. Like when it's his turn to sing, all of a sudden I can't hear him anymore. It looks like he's lip syncing. Inquiring minds want to know.
He's
The best part of that, though, Z, is I'm gonna get to hear that later in the recording.
me with NVIDIA like overriding me when I'm like, I'm gonna be really now, and it's like,
Yep.
I hate.
That you turned it down just enough where you could talk into it and nobody would hear you, but it's gonna be in the recording. Same thing.
Yeah, with NVIDIA, it is the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my eardrums blown out at some point. I need to put a time marker for that one.
Thanks, NVIDIA Broadcast, for making video sound segments to this. The question Lyndon's drinking for?
What's that?
I said, what was the question that Lyndon is drinking for? I don't remember.
I drank for the you got the answer right on the one prior.
Yep.
The ladder.
The
Ladder
ladder.
one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, one more since you got things going on. I don't want to keep you guys too long, so let's go down to,
Goo.
because I've had a lot more fun chatting about the horror stories and comedy that came out of being in the Navy.
How much Big
Yeah,
Big doesn't know jack shit about rugby?
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
That's fine. I want to be called on something I don't know of. As long
You're
as we can
googling the
gather-
fuck out of this as soon as we get out of here. Like as soon as we get off, he's be like, "What's a hooker? How does rugby?"
No way. He's gonna chug that drink, go downstairs, and forget about it, and 2 days later be like, "Were we talking about sports?"
Nah. In his sleep, he's gonna be looking up rugby. He's gonna be like, I'm part of the new. I'm an all Jack fan.
I'm gonna be knowledgeable of all the different positions.
The
on
ball
field.
goes wherever he's pointing it.
The hooker, the hooker passes the ball to the prostitute passes the ball back into the scrum, and the scrum has the midget that kicks the ball through the uprights.
So enough about your political career. What's the next question?
I'm just amazed that he just described Pornhub and rugby in the same statement. So
But also Las Vegas politics. Like,
that's accurate.
Oh my god, that's
didn't
so
you guys
difficult.
just have like a state politician
This
who
is
got
difficult.
arrested for something about fucking hookers and trying to murder somebody else? I don't. Next question.
Nope. No better than my city's mayor getting happy endings at the massage parlor that we just all found out about. So
That's fine. I mean,
yeah, that's normal Oregon things.
I mean, you guys can't even pump your own gas, and of course you can't jack yourselves off.
That's. I'm not even gonna argue that one. That's too good.
Lyndon's like,
I.
Yeah, I
"See?"
don't think he knew it was in store when he had all the three of us in one podcast. I don't think he knew what was.
No, I
Oh,
knew, and I was excited
he
for
knew. He thought he was excited for it, but he's
Dude.
gonna edit. He's gonna edit this to the moon. We're gonna be like in the podcast, like, I love
Lamb. I love lamb.
lamp. Yeah, like take your pick of whatever he's sponsored by. I love
No, it's gonna be these.
like,
No, it's gonna be the selective editing for things and making it sound way better, worse than it needs to for things. And
that's why he asked for our permission. So you could be like, I love buying all of my products on, and then
I don't need the
Gamer
AI
Goo.
creating things for me. I can edit it myself.
No, I
we're gonna wake up tomorrow,
yeah.
Voltos are gonna be on Twitter with dicks on our heads, like. Lyndon's gonna be like,
Yeah, but I appreciate you gathering us together for this. This has been so much fun. I hope we can do it again.
yeah, no,
I'm
it's
not gonna
fine.
worry about the other question because it's been
No,
so much fun just
what's
to hang
last
around
question?
the chat. No,
Last
I'm gonna save it for later.
Last question.
Fine, let me get back to it. I scrolled
Yep.
away.
Get back to it.
How much
Old
wood
word.
would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
The amount of wood that it takes.
Good answer,
All right.
Steve.
Okay. Name an odd number that if you take out one letter, it becomes even. What number is it? One number. You take out one letter and it becomes even.
Smartass to me wants to say that numbers don't have letters.
Listen to the ADHD. It's gonna lead you right to it. Your one hint is that Mig has already said it today in the podcast.
7.
That's it. That's it.
Now, how does it? What is the other number?
It's you have an odd number. If you take away one letter, it becomes even. So if you take out the S from 7, it becomes even.
Suck on that, Steve. Suck on that.
I'll finish my drink.
Go practice more golf.
Maybe I will. Why do you want to take another L?
I want you to come out to Vegas and go golfing. That's what I want.
Okay. I mean, I again asked the question, why do you want to take another L?
Ask Lyndon about this guy's swing. I wouldn't want to try to poke the bear on this one.
I'm just gonna be the one at the bottom of the scorecard. That's all I know.
That's fair. No, you're going to be on my team. We're going to play
You
best
wanna
ball.
be on the bottom of the
So I'm going to
scorecard.
take all of the people that think they suck, and I'm going to be like, we're going to play best ball, but I'm going to pick all the scrubs, because all the scrubs are like, I have no confidence. Like, you're the best putter. You're the best approach person because you're not going to overshoot.
Or we just go to Top Golf. We drink. We have
Oh,
a
you
good
don't
time.
want to go to Top Golf with me. I'm
jump in
actually.
I do.
Oh, okay. You don't want to
What's
competitively go to Top Golf with me. Ask
Dude,
Jack.
I had a ton of fun.
I am so good at Top Golf. I'm like, where is it going? White. You're not even looking. I know.
Doesn't matter as long as it goes in one of the
Yep.
spots. You're good.
Yep. Yeah, I had a ton of fun doing Top Golf with my back and everything being all messed up. Like,
Oh, it
100%
took
we'll do it
about-
again.
It took Lyndon about 2-3 swings, and all of a sudden it was night and day. He was loose. He was limber.
Jack said
He
okay.
was having a great time.
Jack said okay. So, Denver, Colorado, they opened a Top Golf when we were there. It was brand new, and the very first ball I hit was over the fence, and I went, I'm gonna
Nice.
put that club away. And the guy came up to talk to us. He's like,
Hey, if you could like not do that again, that'd be great.
like, all right, I'm already not. I'm not using a driver anymore. I'm just 7-iron for the rest of the night. We're good, bro. We're good.
I've
Now,
always
like,
wondered if that's possible.
It is.
now
If you're up on the 3rd floor and you're using a driver and you can hit 300 yards, it will 100% go over that fucking fence. Because that fence is
Sweet.
about 230-ish yards out, and you're 3 stories up, so you're hitting like
Yeah, upward.
near
It's going. Yeah.
400 yards when you hit that shit. Because it's like, and you're like, oh no, that's going over the phone. I'm a 5. No, I'm a 7-iron guy for the rest of the night.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just happy to hit something.
Giggity.
They nailed it. Oh, the dab. How dare you? We made it almost to the whole thing without a dab. Damn it.
well, I gotta get going,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that we can gather again soon. I
Okay.
really
Yep.
do.
Yeah, no, if we're in
Yep, I'll do
Vegas
the-
though, we'll golf.
Hell yeah.
I'll let you play against Jax.
I might have some fair competition. I don't know what to expect with that.
Jax actually can hit the fuck out of a ball when she hits it.
Bottom of the
She said-
scorecard. I like it.
She said when I do. Yeah. I usually play best ball. The reason why I play best ball is because I like to keep pace. And for me it's more fun to golf when you're like 4 people drinking and you're just like, oh fuck, that was terrible. And I'm not gonna find that. Well, we drop it on. Boop. So best ball is way more fun to me, but I can play scratch if we have to.
I'm up for whatever. I
live
really.
in Florida, bro.
yeah.
I could golf and disc golf. I could disc golf then golf. Let's go.
I'm down for disc golf.
I love disc golf.
I'm down for disc golf. Absolutely.
All right, Mig, go.
Yeah,
Go,
do
Mig,
your
go.
thing, Mig.
Go, Mig, go.
I'm gonna do the sign off without you, bud.
Sorry, I gotta take off so quickly.
It's all good,
But
man.
have-
Oh my god, imagine having like a life. Gross.
Well, that wasn't the normal end to one of our episodes. We were having such a good time, I forgot to give the guys the proper send-off. So, this is being done post-recording. A little different, a little awkward. But I want to give a big thanks and a big shout-out to Migtrain and Zaraeleus for coming in and joining us on the show and bringing just a lot of laughs. I'm sure you guys heard a lot of things you probably weren't expecting. A lot of conversations that went in different directions. It was a whole bunch of fun. I'm super grateful they were able to join us for that one. Make sure to follow the podcast on all of our socials. You guys can find us listed on all of the social networks, basically by looking for @Let'sHangoutPod. Or you can pull up our link tree, which is linktr.ee/Let'sHangoutPod. As always, guys, again, thanks for listening. Thanks for your support and hanging out. Thanks for sharing the podcast, sharing the tweets. Keep up to date by following our Twitter. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.